Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something massive, the pharmaceutical supply chain. The stakes? Incredibly high. Regulations? Super tight. And the complexity is literally off the charts. Now, we all know artificial intelligence can totally revolutionize this space. But here's the real headache. How on earth do you pick the right AI projects without blowing your precious time, resources, or capital? It's a crowded field of ideas, right? Well, today, we're going to clear that fog. Seriously, I want you to just sit with this for a second. Which AI supply chain project should you fund first? It sounds simple enough, but the reality? Absolute choice overload. Every single department is banging on your door demanding budget for their game-changing AI idea. And that is exactly when decision paralysis kicks in. We need a reliable way to say a confident yes to the right things, and, just as importantly, not right now to the wrong ones. Enter the ultimate executive filter and cheat sheet, the complete AI use case prioritization matrix for pharmaceutical supply chains. Okay, I know, it looks a bit dense at first glance. We've got quadrants, scoring tables, checklists, the whole shebang packed into one dashboard. But hey, don't worry, you are in good hands here. We're going to systematically deconstruct this framework piece by piece to reveal a crystal clear path forward for your initiatives. Here is how we're breaking it down today. 1. The AI prioritization matrix. 2. The 6 evaluation criteria. 3. Real-world pharma use cases. And 4. Executing your AI strategy. Let's jump right in. Part 1. The AI prioritization matrix, separating quick wins from the parking lot. So picture a 2x2 grid. On the vertical axis, we're looking at business impact. On the horizontal, feasibility. When a project hits high impact and high feasibility, boom, it lands in the green zone, your quick wins. These are the goldmine projects offering immediate, visible value. You absolutely want to prioritize these to build rapid momentum. Now, contrast that with ideas that have huge impact but low feasibility. These are your transform initiatives. They're incredibly valuable, sure, but they are complex beasts requiring serious time and investment. They're long-term strategic plays. You don't ignore them, but you definitely shouldn't expect them to be finished by next quarter. Moving down to the bottom half, we find the lower impact stuff. Low impact but high feasibility, those are fill-ins. Honestly, they're easy to pull off, but don't move the needle very much. Kind of like tactical capacity fillers. You might tackle them if you magically have extra bandwidth, but they aren't the main event. And finally, if an idea has low impact and low feasibility, it goes straight to the orange zone, the parking lot. Low value, highly complex. Literally, do not waste your capital here right now. Park it securely and maybe reassess it way down the road. Part 2, the 6 evaluation criteria, the quantitative scoring engine. So how do we actually place these projects on that grid? Well, every idea gets rated from 1 to 5 across 6 key criteria. And check out these weightings. Business impact sits at 35%, and feasibility is right behind it at 25%, meaning together, those two alone dominate 60% of your entire decision. It essentially forces you to ask the hard questions. Does this actually matter to the business, and can we actually pull it off? Let's look closer at the undisputed king of the criteria, business impact, commanding that massive 35% weight. To score high here, a project has to aggressively move core metrics. We're talking revenue growth, brutal cost reduction, major risk mitigation, or massive improvements in surface and quality. In the pharma supply chain, if an AI project isn't significantly driving one of those financial or operational pillars, it's simply not going to score high enough to get funded, period. Then, coming in at a really critical 15% weight is data readiness. Look, you can have the most brilliant, futuristic AI concept on the planet, but if your data availability, quality, accessibility, and governance are a mess, you're going nowhere fast. AI literally feeds on data. This 15% hurdle is the reality check. It ensures executives aren't just buying into AI hype without making sure the underlying plumbing, the actual data infrastructure, is ready to support it. We also have strategic alignment making up another 10%. This asks, does this shiny new AI use case actually support our broader strategic initiatives? Is it core to our business priorities? Does it give us a real competitive advantage out in the market? Because an idea might be cool, it might even save a few bucks, but if it drags your team away from the core strategic mission, well, it loses major points right here. Part 3. Real-world pharma use cases, grounding the theory in reality. The framework actually provides a fantastic list of AI use cases perfectly tailored for pharma. Think about your foundational operational staples: demand forecasting, inventory optimization, supplier risk scoring, predictive maintenance, cold chain monitoring. I mean, think about it. Just a slight AI-driven improvement in cold chain monitoring, like stopping a batch of temperature-sensitive vaccines from spoiling, that translates to massive cost savings and huge risk reduction. And the list keeps going. Route optimization, counterfeit detection, automated procurement, pharmacovigilance using natural language processing, and returns prediction. I really want to highlight counterfeit detection and pharmacovigilance. Using AI to instantly scan mountains of text for adverse drug reactions. The payoff for getting those right is absolutely enormous. But as you run them through the scoring engine, you'll find out real quick if you actually have the internal feasibility and data readiness to tackle them right this second. And here is where it all comes together into a functional tool, the prioritization table. As a leader, you just plug in your 1 to 5 ratings for all those criteria we just talked about, and the math takes over. It applies the weighted percentages and instantly spits out a clear, weighted score out of 5.0. It visually maps each use case straight into a quadrant and slaps a star priority rating on it. It completely removes the guesswork. It's awesome. Part 4. Executing your AI strategy, taking action on the data. So you've got your sorted list. Now what? The dashboard lays out super clear recommendation notes. First up, prioritize those quick wins for immediate execution. Get those points on the board. Second, map out a long-term roadmap for those transform initiatives. Break them into phased milestones so they don't feel completely impossible. Third, set a calendar reminder to reassess those parking lot items periodically because tech changes fast. And finally, before you launch anything, double-check that your data and capability enablers are locked in. To prove this isn't just theory, here are your kinetic next steps. The real operational roadmap. Step 1. Validate your top scoring use cases with your stakeholders. Step 2. Run a detailed, deep dive feasibility assessment. Step 3. Explicitly define your success metrics and KPIs. Step 4. Build out that implementation roadmap. And finally, Step 5. Armed with hard, data-backed scores, you go secure those resources and approvals. I want to anchor this entire explainer on a foundational quote, right from the bottom of the dashboard. Better decisions lead to operational excellence, which leads to patient outcomes. That is the ultimate why behind all of this, isn't it? We're not doing AI just to play with cool tech. We're doing it to make sharper decisions, streamline these incredibly complex operations, all with the final goal of safely and effectively serving patients. So I'll leave you with this. Think about the meetings you sat in this week. Think about the proposals sitting on your desk right now. What is currently sitting in your own AI parking lot? Are you forcing forward a pet project that actually belongs parked? Or even better, is there a hidden quick win you've been completely ignoring? Take this framework, filter out the noise, and go make those better decisions.